To me, Recompete is an opportunity to redefine some of our traditional industries and cultural ways of being. Both forestry and the maritime sectors are what made Jefferson County and Clallam County, the entire North Olympic Peninsula. These industries have kind of fallen behind the times. Good jobs traditionally aren't available anymore. The logging jobs are fewer, the maritime jobs are fewer, and there are opportunities now to redefine what those industries and those sectors look like. We want to make sure that people can live here, and we also want to preserve the ecosystems that bring all of us out here in the first place.
The CRTC and the Makah tribe have a very unique relationship. We built a sawmill for the Makah tribe last year. They had never had a sawmill there. They sold logs, but never sold finished lumber. And so by having a sawmill there, they're able to now get additional value for the beautiful timber that they grow. The relationship we have is then that becomes our incoming wood stream. We know that it was grown in a sustainable way. We have full access to it, and we're able to take that wood and convert it into cross-laminated timber panels that go into quick erect housing. So that's the vision. And the Recompete is going to help us be able to get what's called a thermal modification unit to be able to put a treatment on that wood that allows it to have pressure-treated wood performance without the use of chemicals. So really cool technology, really the idea of timber plus technology, but focused on a way to be able to address the extreme shortage that we have of housing in our community and really across the state.
You know, we've been heavily dependent on timber and fishing for, decades. If you go back even to the beginning of our culture, we've been here, we can prove for about 4,000 years, and they were, instrumental and critical to our survival during those times. I think one thing that our ancestors did was they always innovated and found trade and value added to the products. Expanding through barging through the Port of Port Angeles could be very big for us.
The spud barge, that can help take the timber from the Makah, bring it into Port Angeles without having to go overland, make it a lot more efficient, save wear and tear on that road, it's less carbon up into the air, and now we can get the wood that we need to build the tiny home. So I think there's just a lot of synergy that sits there, and that's just one relationship. I mean, there's numerous ones here on the peninsula.
Expanding our partnerships with our tribal partners as well as our educational partners in Peninsula College and the School of Wood and Boat Building in Port Hadlock allows us to both serve the folks, whether they're students at the schools or tribal members that are sovereign partners, more effectively by finding out what they need and having the conversations. We found that as we expanded our table, our solutions became more strategically focused and directed to the actual need. So
it's like a building block. There's this foundation, and it's in a hierarchy, and you need all of it. We don't want only urban areas, and we don't want only rural areas. There has to be this balance, because people want to traverse them typically back and forth, right? People in the urban areas want to come visit us. People in the rural areas want to go to the city and have a good time and spend some money. And when money like Recompete comes in, it's going to help preserve that way of life. Of course, there's always going to be progress, there's going to be change, and we're trying to embrace that change. There has to be that investment that people in the rural area can make a livable wage so that it can handle people that leave the urban areas and come visit us. So we can support it, and it's not a burden on us, and it's a great experience for them. But what we want is it to change on our terms on the peninsula. So people that live here, that can guide it, nurture it, and I think things like this will ensure that those things happen.